We are doing well. I want you to know that I was all excited about this. I did a video that I'm probably going to post tonight about how I prepared for this session. How I moisturize my face. I also use a mask this morning. Yes. Exactly. So I have all of my brushes laid out.
Okay.
I have everything that you told me about, except you told me about a lighter or for my eye to make it look open or something, but I didn't.
The liner. Yeah, that's like preferred. You can get that anytime. But
okay. I'm excited. Okay.
I'm glad. Okay, so we're gonna start with our eyebrows. Well, that's always typically one of the first things I start with.
I am going to go get my toothbrush. Here's my soft brush.
Okay. Perfect. So we're just gonna brush our hairs up.
You know what? I think I also need my mirror. What do you think?
Yes, and I was gonna ask, but I was like, no, Mama probably got her.
I'm gonna get that. Got you.
Perfect. Exactly.
My camera is wonderful on my new laptop, my new MacBook.
I'm sure it is. I'm still so happy and proud of you too. You're gonna take your brush.
Okay.
And you're just going to brush your hairs up or in the direction that you want them to be, just to like separate the hairs that you have.
And I don't have very many.
And that's honestly, in the beauty world, that's a good thing. A lot of people say, because then you're able to shape your brow the way you want to when you like fill them in. So now we're going to, of course, fill it in with your brow pencil. So when I fill it in, I do start at the beginning of my brow.
Okay.
And then I go all the way down. But at the top, I don't go all the way to the beginning. And so typically for me, the bottom is what I want to see more prominent. Okay. Just because it's what really shapes your entire brow. And then, of course, like I said, I go at the top, and then, or you could just fill it in. A lot of people just fill it in first, and then they trace the top. So it just depends.
Okay, well, my brows always look like sisters. They're not twins.
Absolutely. Mine too.
I don't know if you noticed that I switched my pencil. And the reason I've switched my pencil is because I know that this little tiny one that I've worn out is a little bit darker. And that's just to get that in part a little bit.
Right. And then, yeah, so you typically just take your spoolie and then you can.
And then I go back again with my spoolie once I've finished with putting whatever I need in.
Right. Or if you just want to see what hairs you still need to like darken up, areas you need to darken up, things like that.
I have a better spoolie than you do. I think
I'm sorry, I'm a little behind.
Done. Can you see my eyebrows?
Yes, I can. They look good.
Great. Thank you.
Never twins. To clean it up, we're going to use our concealer and then the flat brush.
And this was flat too.
Right. Yep.
And our concealer.
So are you going to do, is your concealer, does it have a wand or is it a squeezable one? Okay, yeah, the pomade. Okay, so yeah, you dip it in there and then you pretty much shape underneath your brow. So you're not wanting to like touch the brow itself, but anything
that looks out of the way.
Right, yeah. And then you're going to do the same thing for above your brow. And just a tip that I usually do, I don't take it all the way to the beginning of my brow, but a lot of people do, and that's fine. So it just depends on how you want to do it, what's easier for you. The reason why I don't go to the beginning underneath my brow is because when I go into contour my nose, there's going to be a dark area right here that looks like my brows and my nose are connected. So that it makes it look like uniformed.
I think I'm finished. What you think?
Yeah, it looks good. I'm not finished with my other side yet.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm just going to put my brow gel on really fast.
Okay.
That typically doesn't take a long time. We're going to go to the eyes. So you're gonna use that same pomade. We're gonna put it over our eyes.
With the same flat brush?
Yes. I'm gonna use the fluffy brush that I was telling you about before. The Real Techniques, just to spread it out more. But yeah, you can still use the same flat brush if you want to.
So I am doing it right up here?
Yeah, so you're gonna go all over your lid, the entire thing.
Okay.
Joshua. Mommy's talking to Guinea. Can you go finish eating? Thank you.
And we're using a fluffy brush to spread it out.
Correct.
Because that's that other end of this flat brush.
Well, that's probably exactly what it's for.
Okay.
JJ, stop it. Get. Now, now we're going to
So I was supposed to take this all over.
Yeah, all over your lid. And it's just to make it smoother. It's just to spread it out more.
Definitely smoother.
And now what I typically do is I take a powder, a loose setting powder. And like I said before, I have the air spun, and I just take a little bit off that same brush and just set it in place so that way it doesn't move.
Okay, so I don't have a loose powder. So is there a, let's see, could I use this? This is from the tour kit.
Yeah. You can use any of the lighter powders.
Okay, all right, at the top.
Right. And it's just to set it in place. It's nothing like that you have to really dig into the pan for. It's just to set the entire thing in place so it doesn't move.
Okay. So that way my people will know that you don't always have to run out and get you could use whatever powder you may have. Okay. Right. All right.
Okay, so now we're gonna go into our eyeshadow palette.
Ooh.
And I'm using the Dame Boss One neutral eyeshadow palette. And these are the colors that it has so that you can see how neutral it really is.
Okay, so do we want to use neutral? I'm sitting here because now I don't know where I put that. Remember you told me those were eye brushes?
Yeah, they all came together.
And I thought I had them here. I sat them behind me. I have them.
Okay.
Okay, so are we gonna go neutral?
It's up to you. So the steps that we're gonna take, you can have a pop of color, or if like you have an idea of what you want to do.
So I can add a pop of color even after going neutral.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could and the idea is it depends on where you want the pop of color. So like I just did a look and like my entire lid pretty much was that pop of color. But there's a lot of times where you can just do something in your inner corner or underneath your waterline. It's up to you.
I'm gonna show you what I think I want to use.
Okay.
I want to use this section.
Right. Okay.
Okay. All right. So what I start at the top.
I'm gonna walk you through it.
Good job. Thank you, ma'am.
We're gonna start off with what I say is a transition color. So it's not the darkest shade that you want to use, but it might be the next darkest or even 2 shades lighter than the darkest one. And so for me, I'm going to use this one and it's more of a reddish tone, but I could also use this brown one right here.
All right.
It's up to you which one you choose on your palette. And so then I'm going to use a blending brush.
I'm going to see if this works because this looks more like yours right here.
Okay. Yep. That'll work.
Okay. And I'm going I'm going to show you that I'm going to go right here.
Yep. That'll be perfect. Is that the darkest one though?
No, that's the darkest one is down here.
Okay, it's down. Okay, great. Great.
2 shades up from the darkest.
Okay, so you're gonna get a pretty good amount. You don't have to dig in the pan, but just make sure you can see it on the brush.
Okay, I think I can see it on the brush. Well, I'll see it on my eyes.
And all you're gonna do is where your lid is. So when you like look dead on at the mirror and you see that crease, you're gonna go like right above that.
Oh, above my.
And you're just gonna pack it on. So you're literally like tapping on your lid, and you're gonna go all around that crease area. And of course, you go back in and get some more, and you just tap, 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 tap. Because this part you want the pigment to show up really.
Okay, so I can see that pretty good. And I'm gonna do it my other side. May take you longer than it takes me.
Right. No, I'm going to the other side too. And this shade is not showing up like I wanted it to. I think it's because of my brush, but
Okay.
okay, so this is the shape that you should see. It should match your eye shape as well, but that should just tell you the direction. So it shouldn't be too far up yet. Okay, and it should be like somewhat centered. So now we're gonna take another, and it's like a similar fluffier brush.
Okay.
And mine is the Morphe M441 brush, but it's like a similar.
It's fluffy.
Yeah.
But it's
okay.
smaller, but it's fluffy.
Okay, so what you want to do with this one is not be as harsh, but you're going to go up another shade, a lighter shade. So I'm going to use this lighter brown.
So I think that I am going to go to, all right, this is what I just used. So should I go there, you think?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I think you should go up one. Right. Yep. Right above it. So almost on top of it. And this time you're going to actually blend in circular motions and sweeping motions. And you're just trying to blend it out. So make it diffuse.
Is it going to touch the other one?
Yes. So it should should be on top of it, but even slightly above.
Okay.
Just trying to make it look a little lighter there.
I'm kind of already liking this.
Great.
That's because I chose like my favorite, like purple, kind of color.
So now the other thing that you want to make sure of is that you're not losing that first color. That first color has left, just go back in.
It looks now like since I put that there, that other color is more prominent because my lid is not as dark as it was above it.
Right. So it's getting lighter, right? Okay.
Yeah. So it's like popping a little bit more.
It depends on what you do. You still want that like pop of color? Because you could either put that lighter shade right on top of your lid, or you can put a shimmer shade right on top of your lid.
Okay. So I don't want a shimmer. So even though I have a shimmer shade, I'm not going to use the shimmer shade.
Okay. So you can either use that same color and put it directly on your lid. Right. And it'll blend into the next shade up too. But you could, like, I'm gonna go up a little lighter. So this is like a pinkish lighter shade.
So I have this right here.
Yeah, like that, right.
And I'm going to put that on my lid using a different brush.
Yes.
Okay. And this brush is fluffy, but it is a little bit smaller.
Right. And to me, if you pack on and, try to blend it out, that'll get the pigment on there a little bit better. And so the trick with our eyelids is to always try to get slightly above where that crease line is. It's hard at first when you look dead on. It's like, I don't see that shade at all.
Okay.
So that's why I like to go a little bit above that. One more step.
Okay.
We're going to go back to that first shade and just take a little bit of it, and we're going to put it on the end. So right here, we're going to try to like kind of blend it in with that lightest shade, but we're not going to go all the way on our lid. It's just literally right here at the end. You're just going to tap it in there.
Just right here. The lightest shade you said?
Yeah, we're going to put it at the end, and we're blending it into the lightest shade.
Could I cheat and go down to my darkest shade ever and put it on the end?
No. So I'll do it with you. Yeah, we can do that. What you're gonna do, and I have even a flat brush, but I'm gonna go down, like I said, to the brown shade, but you're gonna put it in the same area. And what you want to do is be careful, because again, this is the darkest shade, and so you just want to make sure it's diffused. And this is going to require a lot of blending. So with the shade before that, you want to keep using that as well and just keep blending it out. All it's going to do is make it darker, but you don't want it to look like super dark or not blended out. So
I'm not trying to get like a smoky eye.
Yeah, somewhat like that. Or you're just not trying to look like you have a black eye.
Okay, it's not a big old pop of darkness.
Right.
I can see it.
Okay, good. The more comfortable you get, you'll start to use it a little bit more. You're like, okay, this isn't as bad. I just got to blend it out and I'll be fine. But yeah, so that's pretty much like the entire look. If you wanted a pop of color, you could put it right here in the inner corners, or like I said, later on, you would put it underneath your waterline. Okay. So now let's
So I can close this now.
Yes, you can close it for now. Yep.
Okay. All right, great.
So now we're gonna go use our liner. And you remember I said I have a liquid liner, but if you have a pencil liner, that's fine too. And you're just gonna line the top or where your lash line is.
What color are you using? Black?
Yes. And it's only because mine is a liquid liner, and I don't think I've ever used a brown liquid liner yet.
Okay. But wait a minute. You told me this was the liner. So I can use this.
Yeah, what color is it?
It's a brown, like,
Yeah, so you could use that right now. Yeah. I messed up a little bit, but okay.
Not as good as I am, I guess, maybe.
I guess not. I stay messing up a little bit, but that's because I was trying to look at you, and I was like, "Dang, I shouldn't have moved." Okay, so now we're gonna go to our face.
Okay.
And I'm gonna moisturize my face because I didn't do that yet. But
okay.
Yeah, I'm using the Elf moisturizer. And
so should I use the primer now?
Yes, because I'm about to use mine.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm about to use mine. And I just go in with my middle finger, really, because that's when I like can get the most. And I just take pretty much that much and just apply some all over. Okay. And then I just blend it in, or I should say,
go ahead and put it in the way you would put anything else on your face.
Right.
Oh, it feels so good, Tay.
And at the end, like you said, like it's literally like nothing on your face. It's just like you said, smoother. So
yes, my face even looks better to me already.
Right.
Thank you for introducing me to this, if nothing else.
No problem. Okay, and then you're going to get your foundation and your foundation brush. Okay, and the foundation brush looks like it has like that dome or not dome. No, where's the you showed it to me before. It's not the flat one. Yeah, that one. And you can either put the product directly on your brush or just put it on your face. So like this. Right, yep. Okay. All over my face. Right. You just blend it out. I usually don't go too far up to my eyes, just because we're gonna put the concealer there. But yeah, even to your hairline. Okay. To me, like your face just looks smoother with the primer on there. This looks really good. Yeah. I'm glad you're liking it. Now we're gonna go back into our concealer and you're gonna put it under your eyes. And this amount is fine. I like to go all the way to my nose just because that's where I'm gonna contour as well. And you're gonna go underneath your nose just a little bit. And then where your forehead is, when you highlight, this is where the light touches your face. It kind of makes your face look a little more open as well. And we're blending. Yes, ma'am. So you're gonna take your blending brush. Because I was using this as my blending brush. Do you have something a little bigger? A little thicker and round? Let me see. That'll work. Yeah, that'll work. When you get to your eyes like closer, try not to be as heavy hand. Try to be as soft as you can. It takes a little bit longer, but you, like I said, you don't want your eyes to look puffy, even though you just put all this makeup on. So you try to be as soft as you can, and then once you get to your cheeks, you can start beating your face. That's what I mean when you say my face is beat. Yep, your face is beat, not your eyes. Okay, I put some here. But we didn't do chin. Oh no, you can do your chin as well. It's pretty much the center of your face. So like you said, the chin underneath their cheekbone, but it's wherever you want the light to like hit and show up when you're walking around outside. Okay. I am going to powder my face. So you can, I think, yeah, you can use that same one. If that's a pressed powder, I would use a sponge maybe.
And you said which one did you think I should use?
You can use a lighter one too. I can't really see the shades of it.
Right, because they always look lighter. Just go over where I just left.
Right. So yeah, you put the product on there and then yeah, you just go over the same areas. And it's just to set everything in place. But I do recommend a loose powder.
Okay. Good. As I look at my face, I can't tell that. I mean, I can tell the difference in the things that I did, but because I'm controlling how much.
Right.
I still like it.
I'm glad. So now we're gonna contour, and I'm gonna use a cream contour.
So you were saying that is a lighter. Just show me where you're gonna put it, because that's lighter than what you just.
Oh no, this is darker.
That's darker. So we're looking for something dark. Oh, right here. That area.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so this brings back the definition of your face.
That's when I use this. I think the pump does work.
Pump it either on like a palette or glass or something, or on your hand or the back of your hand.
I am going to put some on the back of my hand.
Okay, yeah. And you don't have to put that much. And I'm saying that because with darker shades, you just did all this work and you just want to be careful of how you're like blending it on your face.
I'll let it be on this.
Okay.
And I usually take it like this and I'll go.
That's perfect.
Not that much.
That's perfect. But you can actually use that brush that you just picked up.
I have. Okay.
And just blend it out. Don't blend it down.
Just
blend it up.
Okay, blend it up.
Yes, because you want your face to look lifted. So if you blend it down, it's gonna look.
Hey, thank you so much. I already see what you're talking about.
Yeah. You could take that same foundation brush and go underneath it and just clean it up some. And so the areas where I contour is my forehead, cheeks, my nose, and like my chin areas.
And then you go under here?
Okay. And so that you just wherever. So the point is for your face to look tighter or more lifted. And so you smile, you want people to notice your cheeks. Right, there you go. You want them to notice that area. And so when you go into the light, or just like now, the light is hitting me, it's hitting, you notice really the center of my face. Okay. And so then the shadows don't go away. So like when I smile, it's like, oh, she has really high cheekbones. Okay, I think I'm finished. Now, what I like to do is go back into your contour kit and choose one of the darker shades that's best for you and go over those areas just to set it in. It could be with the same brush that you just contoured with. Wait, that's not. Okay, don't go under your eyes, here. Don't go where your eyes are, because that was the lighter shade. All right, so I'm just going to go right back here. Yep, right there. That's it. Where you put your darker shade, that's where you put the darker bronzer or contour. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, Dad.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Fantastic.
Great. So we're going to go back into our eyeshadow palette. And now you can choose whichever of the first 3 shades we use. You can choose whichever one you want. Just going to use a really small brush. Tilt your head down as you look into the mirror and try to get as close to your waterline as possible. And you're just going to tap that in. I wouldn't smudge it yet, just so you can make sure that it's working.
Oh, is this tiny enough?
That'll work.
Down here.
Right.
I've never done this ever.
And now that first shade that you used, if you haven't used it, I would go and use that, but use it on the outer part of your waterline, really close right here. Just use it right there and like kind of connect it to what you use at the top. And you're just gonna connect it to that shadow that's already, it shouldn't be that far away.